Hey guys, this is a replay from me playing the M48 Patton, and as you might know, I really enjoy playing the M48 and also the M60. And I'm playing together with Mr. Size, an E100, an engineer in an Object 140, and I'm going to the north, here on North America. Also from the south base, I always go north, because that is really key position, just like the southern part on the 8-9 line. But as a medium, it is obviously better to take the further position, and the southern parts are always crowded with heavies, so not really a place for me to be in. First of all, I'm trying to see if I can have some spots, but at the moment there's not much for me to spot apart from the Centurion 1. But I also don't want to be the first to arrive in the 1-2 line. There's a couple of guys there, and at the moment I can just support Mr. Engineer. So right now the Centurion 7-1 is engaging the T-54 and T-34-2. He already killed Tier 8 Scout, but he'll need some help soon, so I'm trying to go there really fast right now. Yak Tiger and Yak Panther 2 cannot help him or help their teammates, so that's a good thing. And unfortunately I can only take out the T-54 here before he kills our Centurion 7-1, but yeah, he was dead because he went in alone. So as there's only the T-34-2 around in this area, I'll just go in and I'll have a better position of helping Engineer, who is getting overrun right now by 3 mediums. And it is kind of crappy because he is in a good position and he's one of our tier 10 players. So unfortunately Engineer is critical hitting, and the IS-8 is blocking my view of killing that Patton. He's getting some backup from Artie. And I'm also sniping, of course, but we're not able to take him out before Engineers was able to get into a better position. So that is an unfortunate loss, and I decide to go further down to go and get that Yak Tiger. Mr. Size is holding up the 263 and the E100. It's the good platoon of the enemy team. Well, I'm making a stupid move here. Not sure why I went to the right instead of immediately to the left. Probably because I thought there was another train wreck in front of the Yak Tiger, which I could use. But that was not the case. I'm trying to get in the side. I'm kinda lucky here because he 0-critted me, while I was unlucky running into a wooden log that just completely stopped my tank. It doesn't make any sense, but otherwise I would have been next to the Yak Tiger. But this way it was kinda like compensated because he just 0-critted me. Anyways, Size didn't make it. 50B and E100 Yak Panther 2 are on their way into our base. Meanwhile, I'm trying to find the RT and I do find one. You see the mobility of the M48, the gun. It is a great gun. You have great gun depression, small aim time, great penetration, and only because of the size of the tank, it makes that you first have to use this tank as a second line sniper, because otherwise you're too exposed. You cannot really use the maximum performance of the gun, because you do need to have a good position to have a couple of outputs really quick. So there's an RT trying to get in my ass. E100 just misses me completely, and the Patchet is not even shooting, because he was trying to get me as best as I could. But my reload is 7.26, so that's really great, and I was just able to take him out. Same goes for this Waffenträger. Just out to aim, and I can take two fast shots on him. The second time I saw him fire at the Ice 8, and here I make it kind of also a stupid move, moving even though I knew that he fired. So he could have been dead already. He's gonna go down in the next shot, while I'm being lucky to not get killed by the 100. And you might have noticed already, they stopped gapping, and now they have a problem because they have a E150B that were last seen inside our cap, or well, at least the E100 was, and they now have to get back and hurry really fast because I'm already in the cap. The ISA is really near, and the RT is one of the fastest RTs around, and he will just join us in half a minute. So that platoon really made an error there. They should have gapped in this case, or they should have come back immediately instead of finding those tier 8s in our base. So right now we're just capping. Well, that is kind of easy, and they will never be on time because only the 50B can make it, and the E100 must have been somewhere in the middle at the moment he shot me. So this is just a great game. We just won this, and even though the M48 is this big, it is really huge for a medium, almost as huge as the T110 E5. It also has a big cupola on him, on the tank, but it really, with the gun, it is really a great tank. You can really do some snipey in the beginning, and then do the flanking parts with the mobility that you have. It's a really great tank. I really enjoy it. So we won this game, and let's take a look at the team score. So the battle. I got my ace tanker. Really great game. 1833 single experience, a high caliber, also sniper tank, and top gun because of the 7 kills. I also have a couple of spots, but the only noteworthy is the Centurion 1 in the middle, in the beginning of the game, which apparently I spotted, but that's also not that weird, seeing my actual fuel range on this tank is 508 meters, so I really have a great fuel range. That's also due to my crew, and also because I use coated optics. And as you can see, I really carried this team. Unfortunately, Mr. Engineer and Size weren't that lucky in this game, but I made up for that. I almost made 7k damage. I made 7 kills, and that's good for 1222 experience without premium. And that is due to firing 21 times with penetration. It's almost 7k damage, almost 3k damage from a distance of more than 300 meters, but that's because those guys in the middle that were harassing Mr. Engineer were so nicely in the open for me from the A1 position. Could just snipe them, and I almost took him out completely by myself. So yeah, that's kinda where the number comes from. Also some base capture points, of course, because I was in the gap. But a win is a win. So this game really showed what you can do with the M48. I made some stupid mistakes, so it could have been even better or even cleaner. But it really shows that it can snipe, it's really mobile, it can see very far, at least if you have also a good crew and you're using colored optics, and the gun is just lovely. It's just a really lovely gun, and I hope you have any you can use this video for any information on the M48. It's also really similar to the M60, so yeah, if you think this is an informative video, then please subscribe to my channel, and there's more videos to come.